Hello, hello. Welcome back. This weekend we celebrate the fifth Sunday of Easter. This week and next week, our gospel readings go directly together. So try to remember this week when we get to next week. Today's gospel is from John, and it's chapter 14, and it's going to start at the very first part of chapter 14. And next week we're going to pick up right where we left off. So let's get out our Bibles and go to John 14. And you guys know this oh so well, but the Gospels are in the Old Testament or the New Testament. You're so right, the New Testament. The first four books of the New Testament are Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. So let's begin. A reading from the Gospel of John. May God be in our minds and the things that we think, on our lips, and the words that we say, and in our hearts and how we live our lives. Jesus said to his disciples, "Don't let your hearts be worried and upset. You already believe in God. Believe in me too. There are many rooms in my Father's house. I am going now to prepare a place for you, but I will come back, and I will take you to be with me where I am. And you know the way to the place where I am going." Thomas said to Jesus, "Lord, we don't even know where you're going, so how can we know the way?" Jesus said, "I am the way. I am the truth, and I am the life. Anyone who wants to come to the Father must come through me." Then Philip said, "Lord, show us the Father." Jesus said, "Philip, anyone who has seen me has seen the Father. I am in the Father, and the Father is in me. You can believe me because you see the things that I do. And I tell you the truth. Anyone who believes in me will be able to do the things that I do, and even greater things than I do, because I am going to the Father." The Gospel of the Lord. What stood out to you today? What word or phrase or verse can you remember? A big one for me today is "I am the way, the truth, and the life." Jesus is the way, Jesus is the truth, Jesus is the life. And where was he going? Where did he tell his apostles where he was going? He said, "You guys know the way," because he is the way. But where was he going? To heaven. So Jesus is telling his disciples that he's going to leave them. But where he is going, they can come too. And his Father has this amazing place prepared for them. Do you think much about heaven? I think we have to stop every once in a while and pause and say, what do I believe heaven is? What do I believe is going to happen if I die and I'm a friend of Jesus? Because the more we think and imagine about what heaven could be, I know for me, the more I want to be there. The more I want to live the way that Jesus lived. The more I want to listen to Jesus, because I want to go to the place that he promised us. There's tons of things that I can imagine about heaven. That we're bouncing on clouds, that we're flying, that you can eat whatever you want, you get to play video games all day long, that you get to see all the people you haven't seen for forever. You can imagine those things. And then know that heaven is 1,000,000 times better than that. 1,000,000 times. Like, just take that little feeling when your mom just cuddles you, tells you she loves you. Take that little feeling that you get and multiply it by billions. And that's the feeling that we're going to get when we're in heaven. That's why I want to live today like Jesus and follow him as closely as I can, so that I can experience that more. If you haven't before spent time thinking about what heaven could be like and the amazing things that you'll feel and understand and think, take some time to do that. You could even draw a picture, write down some things, but try to remember, at the age you are, what do you think heaven's going to be like? Ask your older brothers and sisters what they think heaven's going to be like, and for sure ask your parents what they think heaven's going to be like. We all should envision a heaven that we want to be at. If you envision a heaven that is just this boring praying angels, hallelujah, if that's what your brain is thinking, and you think that's boring, why would we want to get there? And I encourage you to try to pull down a little piece of heaven for your moms this weekend, because Sunday is Mother's Day. Mother's Day also always happens in May. And do you know what mother we celebrate during May? It's our Mama Mary. Our Mama Mary, who we love and so much want to be like, because she so closely followed Jesus. She understood that he was the way, she understood he was the truth and the life, and that we can have so much joy when we follow him. A challenge this week, and this challenge comes from our seminarian friend, Scott Borba. He wanted to ask everyone, how is your mom like our Mother Mary? He also organized a little drawing for all of us that answer that question. So either on the Facebook or on the YouTube, you can comment, have your parents comment, how your mom is like Mary, and you can put your mom in that drawing for a beautiful necklace. In the back of the church this weekend, we have our children's liturgy pages, a house with all of them, so many rooms. Jesus is the way, the truth, and the life. Usually when we color these ones in, I can figure it out pretty easy. This one took me a while. So see if you can get this and see what all the little dots say. And it's hard to follow Jesus' way if we don't know who he is and what his way is. Today, tomorrow, every day, always yearn to learn more about who Jesus is. And the younger kids sheet just has a couple little moments of his life to remind us of the many things he did for us. And is this what heaven looks like in your brain? God has a special place prepared for you and for me. The church is open Saturday and Sunday from 1 to 5. And I get to see some of you this weekend. Masses start again this weekend. So they're going to be small, and not everybody's going to be able to come on Saturday, but we want to make sure that everybody has an opportunity to come at some point in the next week or two. So if you haven't already and you want to, please contact the office so we can get you signed up so that you can get to Mass. I love you, I miss you, and I will see many of you very soon.